following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race.
Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here on the NRLOA channel, and we are here at the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park to qualify for race number 12 in season number 7. The NRLOA Chick-fil-A Cup Series, the Canadian Tire 350K, tomorrow morning on Napa Fan. And we are here for uncharted qualifying. Top 2 qualifiers in this session will race tomorrow and qualify along with the other 40 full-time drivers here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series for the pole. But right now, it's just a race to make it in. It's Isaac Redmond in the number 18 this weekend. The number 18 won at Talladega 2 weeks ago with Cookie Helms at the helm of the machine. And now we got the number 18 looking to qualify his way on to his first Chick-fil-A Cup Series race. Jamie Lee in the 71 this weekend. Great run at Dover. And he's had a great run in the Turkey Hill Series altogether. Doing very well on the points over there. Number 67, the winner at Dover in the Turkey Hill Series, Ryan Kendall in the number 67. And I believe he's going for his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series race. Number 36 is Colton Yo this weekend, and he was in contention to get the win in last night's Hers Dash Series event. Unable to do so in that one, unfortunately, but I believe he finished second in yesterday's Iowa Corn 150. 74 is Dale Salzman, definitely one of the better drivers in the field, and what Salzman is looking to do tonight in the Turkey Hill Series is grab the hot seat for the Coke 600 and qualify his way on to the race that he is the defending winner of. He'd love to defend his Coke 600 championship from last season. Of course, both the Turkey Hill Series and the Chick-fil-A Cup Series will be taking a week off next weekend for the IndyCar Grand Prix and the Rockstar Pro Series and Hers Dash Series from Indianapolis to begin Indy 250 week next weekend. And a lot of Indianapolis events coming up. And once we're all said and done in Indianapolis, Chick-fil-A Cup Series will be at Charlotte 2 weeks from now. But right now we're here north of the border in Bowmanville, Ontario, to qualify for the Canadian Tire 350K. Emmett Juckham this weekend in the 98. And the 85 is Ryan Madden, a Chick-fil-A Cup Series veteran looking to make it onto the show. Last guy out there is Alex Bonsignor in the 97. And Bonsignor has won a race. He's made 2 races so far this season, looking for his 3rd. And he's got a good chance in the 97 here today. I believe the first driver that will complete a lap, and he has just completed it, is the number 18 car of Isaac Redmond. A 1:18.351. Of course, this is a rather long racetrack. I believe about 2.28 miles long is my estimated guess. I could be incorrect about that possibly, but still a little ways to get around here, and a lot of these guys, they won't get too many laps in here for this uncharted qualifying session. Only 5 minutes here for these guys, and that's about enough time to make a lap up the speed and 2 flying laps around here. So we'll have to see who gets it done here. Right now it's Isaac Redmond and Jamie Lee, the 2 fastest drivers here in uncharted qualifying. Dale Salzman is right now the slowest of all the guys who have completed a lap. Here's Emmett Juckham coming off the final corner. Turn number 10, second fastest for the 98 of Emmett Juckham right there. It's a great run there for him. 85, Ryan Madden. Oh boy, he just tied with the 98. Oh, that's interesting. That is very, very interesting, because the deal is I have to go back and calculate owner's points on the 85 and the 98 for that one. Oh my. But doesn't look like we're going to have to worry about that, because Alex Bonsignor just went to the 2nd position, knocking both of those guys outside the top 2. How about the 18 of Isaac Redmond? He's ready to move on to the show. How about that really fast lap there for the number 18? 1:18.057. And Jamie Lee just improved his lap time. I think these guys are getting faster as we go along here in this session. Expect Ryan Kendall to improve. 3rd fastest for Ryan Kendall. Fastest time for Colton Yo. He goes to the top of the board. So Colton Yo and Isaac Redmond now. Now Dale Salzman and Colton Yo. As Salzman goes underneath a minute 18. Very fast time for the number 74. And I believe we had a minute added on to the clock here. So these guys can complete these laps. So we'll see who can get in here. I believe Alex Bongsinor is yet to make a second lap right here. He's 1:18.354. And this is going to be his second flying lap on the racetrack. We'll see if it's fast enough to knock off Colton Yo or Dale Salzman. As he comes off the corner, he will clock in. Move up to the 5th position, but that's not enough to make it onto the show. And I believe after the clock is done here, it's going to be it for uncharted qualifying from the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Jamie Lee in the 71, one last push to make it in. We'll see where he falls in place. And does not look like he will improve. Ryan Kendall, Colton Yo. Of course, Colton Yo is currently in. Ryan Kendall still slowest. And looks like Colton Yo did not improve either. And there's our fastest guy, Dale Salzman. I believe Salzman's looking to make it into his first race of the season here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series for Tanker Motorsports. Adam Lewis took that 74 to the race for the first time this season at Dover last weekend. And now Dale Salzman looking to do the same for the Rockstar 74. There's the 85 of Ryan Madden looking to complete this lap. Does not look like he will improve, and that's going to do it. I don't think the 18 is going to get to the line in time. So Redmond will not make it on. It's Dale Salzman and Colton Yo who will be racing in tomorrow's Canadian Tire 350K from the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. They will also... Dale Slasman. I just realized I spelled his name wrong. But either way, he's going to be the fastest guy here in uncharted qualifying. And Salzman will qualify on with Colton Yo, and they will battle for the pole with the other 40 full-time drivers here from the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in the Canadian Tire 350K qualifying session. So let's go ahead and get everybody else on the racetrack to see who will start on the front row. Very critical to start up front in this race. A road course, not too much passing, so the pole position might just determine who gets the win. So stick around and check out to see who gets the pole here in the Canadian Tire 350K. And here we are from the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park to qualify for tomorrow's Canadian Tire 350K. It's going to be the second road course race of the season. And of all the races this season, I believe it's going to be the most difficult to make a pass for the lead-in. Doing some tests here, and it is very hard to make a pass on the racetrack here, but I will say this. What makes this race exceptionally interesting is the pit strategy. And the average fuel window here is about 9 to 10 laps. Got ourselves an 18-lap race tomorrow, so it is going to come down to the wire on fuel mileage. It's a very, very fascinating racetrack. And a lot of places where guys can make mistakes, but they tend to not do so here. So, it's going to be interesting. We came here one time before in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. It's back in season number 3, and Tristan Allen almost got the win in that event, but he could not hold off Tyler Selsbin, who ended up getting the victory that day. The season 5 champion, now retired. And we'll see who gets the pole here, because whoever starts on the pole for this race has a good chance of leading the first half of this event. Now, once those pit stops begin, can't really guarantee too much, but all I know is that if you get the pole position, you'll have a very good chance at winning tomorrow here in the Canadian Tire 350K. And Andrew Miller will be the first driver to fully complete a lap here in qualifying. We'll see what he can do in that number 7. Christian Vargas in the 06. He has some guys coming out of the pit lane ahead of him, so that's going to affect him on his lap time. But we saw here Jalarvin Alonso last weekend get the win at Dover and lead 7/8 of that event, and a little plug into tonight's race at Iowa. 7/8 mile racetrack for the Turkey Hills Series. Menards 250 is going to be a great one. Had a great race in the Hers Dash Series last night. And we're going to have a good one tonight over on the NRLOA channel for the Menards 250. But Alonso just absolutely dominated at the Dover International Raceway. And He led 70 of 80 laps, and of all the races so far this season, I believe he had the most dominance and still got the win. Of course, we saw Jesse Turner lead half of the race at Martinsville, but he did not get the victory in that one. Justin Roberts led a majority of the last road course race we had this season at Riverside and still got the win. But I think Alonso holds the record right now for most laps led, or most part of the race led, I should say, and still getting the win. A 1:18.899 for Christian Vargas, and he actually had some guys coming out ahead of him, and he still was faster than Andrew Miller. Dale Salzman, however, the fastest guy in uncharted qualifying, was under a minute 18. So we'll see if any of these guys hit that here in this qualifying session. How about Colton Yeo, one of those guys who advanced on from uncharted qualifying? If I'm not mistaken, this 36 made it in at Dover. The 36 car has made it into quite a few races so far this season, and the American Motorsports machine doing a great job with their uncharted drivers. How about William Brock, top of the board in the 88? If anybody in the field who needs a good run, it's this guy. He's last in the points coming into today's event, or tomorrow's event, I should say, and he just grabbed the fastest time at the moment. It's Roger Ray behind him. He's third fastest, and the 47 and the 4. Trey Bartow rounding up the top 5 right now for Mobile One Racing, and if there's any team that needs a good run, it's that one, because of all the teams that are eligible for points, Mobile One Racing is last in the Owners' Championship, and Jonathan Wong with an issue in the 39. That does not look pleasant for the Tanker Motorsports driver, and he'll nurse that one back to the pit lane. Here's our last winner, Sergio Larvin Alonso, who got the win at Dover. And it was kind of interesting, that whole entire week leading up to that race, he kept on talking about how he is never going to win a race. 2,000,000-to-1 odds of making it into the All-Star race. All this jazz, and he gets the win. Right after all that stuff that he said about not winning again in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Well, he got the win. The unfortunate thing is he's still very deep in the points. 35th, I do believe, even after the victory. So Alonso still has a lot of work to do, but still getting a win. He's going to be in the All-Star race this season. Does not have to worry about the fan vote. And trying to get a good run here in qualifying. He is currently 23rd, so not too bad for the number 40, Sergio Larvin Alonso. Brad Stover just went to the top of the board. Brad Stover still going for his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series victory. He came very close to doing so at Texas, but he got edged out by Zachary Fitzwater in that event. And he just clocked in a very fast time. Colton Yeo ended up clocking another fast time in the 36. And not only has the 36 been like making it into every race this season, it's been qualifying in the top 10 every race as well. And you know, it doesn't matter who's driving it, either Ashlyn Boyd or Colton Yeo. Both of those guys doing a fantastic job nursing this 36 in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series this season, getting their cars in the race. And American Motorsports, if I'm not mistaken, still leads in the Owners' Championship, and part of that has to do with this 36 making so many races. They get that 4th car in the show, and they got more of a chance to gain some points in these events. So great job by American Motorsports. Trey Wright, the owner of this team, they're doing a great job, and they're looking to start on the outside pole for tomorrow's Canadian Tire 350K. It's going to be 18 laps of action. I already mention that, but it's actually the same exact length as the first race we had here was back in Season 3, when all the races were generally shorter than they are now. So this event not gaining any length from how this used to be. Now, I mentioned Tristan Allen. He almost got the win back in Season number 3 here. Was unable to do so. Right now, he is not doing too well in qualifying, 26th. So not quite what Tristan Allen wants to see after having some success here before. And look at this, the other uncharted guy, Dale Salzman, up to 5th. The uncharted drivers have just done a flawless job so far in qualifying. Over the past few races, especially, of course, we saw Cookie Helms get the win at Talladega. And here's Dale Salzman qualifying 5th. Highest veteran driver is William Brock in 3rd. Then you got Nicholas Samadillo, actually Dale Salzman in 5th. This is a veteran driver right there in the 74. Nicholas Samadillo. And then Isaac Nichols and Jay Jefferson, the only veterans in the top 10 right now. It does not really appear that anybody's clocking in faster times than the 99 of Brad Stover. And Stover looking to start on the pole for tomorrow's Canadian Tire 350K. And still going for the first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series win. There's Matthew Phillips in the 33, new scheme for him this weekend. The 06 of Christian Vargas. And Vargas had a really good run at Daytona. Right now 16th fastest, pretty solid run for him. Alonso's 20th fastest, so trying to back up that win he got at Dover last weekend, and not doing too bad at the moment for Zach Ryan International. But time is running out for these guys, and it's looking like the 99 is going to probably do it here for qualifying and grab, I believe it would be his first pole of the season. And he's doing really good in the points as well. He's been doing good all season long, still in the top 10. He's been in the top 10 nearly the entire season. And looking forward to seeing what he's going to be able to do in tomorrow morning's event, 9 a.m. Eastern Time over on Napa Fan, Canadian Tire 350K. And I will say this, guys, while you guys are seeing this, I'm not really doing much because I got my wisdom teeth taken out today. And it came up kind of suddenly, too. So if you guys want to talk to me today you guys are seeing this, I probably can't. Because I'm probably in my bed, moping over the Predators losing probably, because I don't think they would have advanced on from the time you guys are watching this, and for the fact that I got my wisdom teeth pulled out. So fun for me, isn't it? But we'll have fun tomorrow in tomorrow's 18-lap event here at the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, and looks like Brad Stover's going to have a lot of fun as well. 99, trying to locate him here on the racetrack, and I can't seem to find him. There he is. There's not been a change in the top 10 since the last time we went through it. It's Brad Stover, Colton Yeo, William Brock, John Stewart. It's great for John Stewart, who's up there in the points as well. He had a very poor race at Dover. Dale Salzman, Michael Canto, Nicholas Samadeo, Luke Rainey, Isaac Nichols, and Jay Jefferson, the top 10 here. And we're going to have about maybe a minute added on to the clock here. And then that'll be it for qualifying at the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Trey Bartow 20th fastest right now. We've had a few changes just outside the top 10. Cameron Garlington 11th, Roger Ray, Blaine Keys, Cody Sill, Justin Knight. Had a good run last night at Iowa. Couldn't get the win in that one, unfortunately. I believe he finished in the 8th position as... Oh, I just recorded it. Who won? It was Derek Hamill who won the race, so he's not in this thing, but his team is in this race. 35, 39 of Jonathan Wong, even after he blew up there, he's 16th. Christian Vargas, Matt Dalio, John Hart, Trey Bartow. Vin Alonso in 21st. Ace Garcia, Justin Heath, Zachary Fitzwater, Patrick Smith, Richard Kinghart, Aaron Walpole, Jesse Turner. We got Jordan Carter, his teammate Juan Garcia, Daniel McMillan, Tristan Allen, Alexander Rowe, Nathan Stapleton, Garrett Sonor, Andrew Miller, Stuart Gratton, Matthew Phillips, Diego Yepes, Justin Roberts, the winner of the last road course race in 40th. Not quite what he wants. And our defending champion in last with Julio Caesar 41st. So that's how they run, and it looks like somebody had an issue. Andrew Miller blowing up there. Not quite what he wanted to see. But Brad Stover, 99. Fastest time in qualifying with the pole position. And not quite yet. Still 30 seconds left on the clock. And we'll see if anybody clocks in a fast time here. But seems like they have stalled out on the quick times here at the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. And it'll be an interesting one for tomorrow's 18-lap event here. Then, of course, once we're done from Canadian Tire tomorrow, next race is going to be at Charlotte 2 weeks from now. Chick-fil-A Cup Series taking a break next weekend for the IndyCar Grand Prix and the beginning of Indy 250 week. Give myself some time to record the Indianapolis 250. Lots going on over there, but here's how they're going to line up for tomorrow's Chick-fil-A Cup Series race from Mosport. Brad Stover, Colton Yeo, William Brock, John Stewart, Dale Salzman, Michael Canto, Nicholas Samadeo, Luke Rainey, Isaac Nichols, and Jake Jefferson, the top 10. Now, Jake Jefferson, he won the GT Daytona class in the Kubota GT Championship last year from Canadian Tire, so he has won here before. And Jake Jefferson looking to get a win here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. But that's how they line up from there, and this is the rest of the results right here. Everybody did get a time in, so that's good there, and that's how they'll line up for tomorrow's Canadian Tire 350K. Later tonight on Napa Fan, got a couple of good races coming up. Turkey Hill Series from Iowa, Menards 250. Rockstar Pro Series from Auto Club. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Time over on Napa Fan with the Auto Club 100K. So go ahead, check those races out. And of course, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, it's the Canadian Tire 350K. We'll have a Canadian Carter Friesen in the booth with us. And I know last 2 times I've called who's going to be in the booth during qualifying, and hasn't actually been the person that I called. This one I'll make sure he gets in because Canadian native. Canadian Tire 350K, only race north of the border here for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and going to be a good one for tomorrow's 18-lap event. Congratulations to Brad Stover, your pole sitter, and I'll see you guys later with the Turkey Hill Series, Rockstar Pro Series, and tomorrow with the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys later.